Jaya Jaya Sri Caitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Jaya Sri Caitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Jaya Sri Caitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita ki jai. Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Samaveta Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Om Ajnana Timirandhasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupaha Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam. नमो ओम विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण प्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. I welcome you to today's Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita session. Today is March 30th, 2026. We are reading from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Lila, chapter 9. Chapter 9. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's travels to the holy places in South India. So we are reading about the discussion between Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Venkat Bhatta. Yesterday, we read what Mahaprabhu is saying about why Lakshmi Devi didn't get entrance into the rāsa-līlā, whereas the Shruti Ganas got entrance. So what is the reason that the Shrutis got entrance? Shruti Gana Gopi Ganera Anugata Hoya Vrajeshwari Suta Bhaje Gopi Bhavaloya. The Shruti Ganas, they followed in the footsteps of the gopis. Shruti Gana followed in the footsteps of the Gopi Gana. And they worshipped the son of Vrajeshwari. Who is Vrajeshwari? Yashodamai. So they worshipped the son of Yashodamai with Gopi Bhava. Like that. And Bahyantare Gopi Deha Vraje Jabe Pailo. So by this type of worship, they, of course, they got Gopi Bhav and they were worshipping, following in the footsteps of the gopis. By this, they actually got the body of gopis. That means externally and internally, now they were gopis. Externally also, they got the body of gopi. And of course, they already got the bhava of the gopis inside. So, bahyantare gopi deha vraje jabe pailo. Now they got externally and internally the body of a gopi in vraja. And with that body, say dehe, Krishna Sangha Rasa Krida Koilo. They did rāsa-līlā with Krishna, with that body. Gopa Jati Krishna, Gopi Preyasi Tahar, Devi va anya stri, Krishna na kore angikar. Krishna belongs to the Gopa Jati. That means to the caste of he belongs to the Gopa community, to the cowherd community. Therefore, his beloved, his dearest, his girlfriend can be a gopi because he belongs to the Gopa community. Therefore, he likes gopis only. He does not like Devi. That means the wife of a demigod or someone belonging to the demigod community, a Devi, or any other stri, any other woman. He does not accept. He only accepts a gopi as his beloved. He does not accept any other lady, even if she is a goddess. Lakshmi chahe sei dehe Krishnera sangam. But Lakshmi Devi wanted to maintain her body, her same body as the goddess of Vaikuntha. And with that body, she wanted to associate with Krishna. And also, Gopika Anuga Hoya Na Koilo Bhajan. One thing is, so Krishna will accept a gopi only. He will not accept any Devi or any other lady. One thing. And Lakshmi Devi wanted to maintain her body of the goddess of fortune. And the second thing is, for one to associate with Krishna in Vraja, one has to worship Krishna with Gopi Bhav. And also they have to follow in the footsteps of gopis. So Lakshmi Devi did not follow in the footsteps of the gopis to do her bhajan. She didn't follow in the footsteps of gopis. She maintained her body of the goddess of fortune, and also she did not follow in the footsteps of the gopis to do her bhajan. So then we'll see from there today. Text 137. Anya dehe pāiye rāsa-vilāsa ataeva nāyaṁ śloka kahe veda-vyāsa. Anya dehe pāiye rāsa-vilāsa. If you want to participate in the rāsa-līlā, rāsa-vilāsa. Vilās means it's a pleasure pastime. Rasa means there are, it's like there are different rasas, mellows, tastes. So rāsa-vilāsa is the conjugal dance. So one cannot participate in rāsa-līlā with Krishna with a body other than the gopi's body. With any other body, you will not be able to participate in rāsa-līlā. What was Lakshmi Devi's drawback? She wanted to maintain her body as the goddess of Vaikuntha. In the same body, she wanted to participate in rāsa-līlā. But the point is, in any body except a gopi's body, one cannot participate in rāsa-līlā. Ataeva nāyaṁ śloka kahe veda-vyāsa. So how do we know that? Vyāsadeva is saying, where Vyāsadeva is saying where in Srimad Bhagavatam is saying nāyaṁ. That means he begins the shloka with nāyaṁ. That means not with this. Ayam means the nāyaṁ. So let's see what it is. Vyāsadeva, the supreme authority on Vedic literature, composed the verse beginning nāyaṁ sukhāpo bhagavān, because no one can enter into the rāsa-līlā dance in any body other than that of a gopi. Vyāsadeva, the supreme authority on Vedic literature, composed the verse beginning nāyaṁ sukhāpo bhagavān, because no one can enter into the rāsa-līlā dance in any body other than that of a gopi. So that we will see in the following verse. But in purport, Srila Prabhupada is saying this verse confirms a verse of the Bhagavad Gita 9:25. Yanti deva vrata devan pitrin yanti pitrivrataha bhutani yanti bhuteja yanti madhyajinopimam. Lord Krishna said, those who worship the demigods will take birth among the demigods. Those who worship the ancestors go to the ancestors. Those who worship ghosts and spirits will take birth among such beings. And those who worship me will live with me. Those who are worshipping demigods will go to demigods. Worship ancestors, here pitris. Pitas, they'll go to pitrivrata. Like worshipping pitrivrata. You're dedicated to your ancestors, then you'll go to the ancestors. Bhutas, pretas, right? If you're worshipping ghosts, then you'll go there. And if you're worshipping me, then you'll come to me. Like that, Krishna said. In the material world, every conditioned soul changes his material body again and again. But when the spirit soul is purified of all material coverings, there is no longer a chance of his accepting a material body. The same thing we were reading in Bhagavad Gita also yesterday. Why we keep changing bodies? Because of our association with the modes. Karanam guna sangosya sadasat janma yonishu. So because of, the cause is association with modes. Because of that, we keep changing our bodies. Because of the association of modes, we have attachment. The living entity is enjoying this prakriti. Whatever we are trying to enjoy here is made of the external energy. So the cause is that attachment. Why is that attachment there? Because of association with the modes. Because of association with the modes. So you have to transcend the modes. So there are two paths given to transcend the modes. Actually, three paths. So there is, based on the goal that we are trying to achieve, there are two paths. You have to reconnect with the absolute truth. So there's Jnana Marga, there's Bhakti Marga, two paths to reconnect with the absolute truth. But there's a qualification required for Jnana Marga, there's a qualification required for Bhakti Marga. If you don't have these qualifications, then you have to do Karma Yoga. Because everyone is eligible to do Karma. So Karma Yoga we have to do until we get the qualification to either enter Jnana or Bhakti. So while doing this Karma Yoga, what is happening? You are transcending the modes of passion and ignorance and coming to the mode of goodness. And then when you take up the, what do you say, Jnana Marga, you transcend even the mode of goodness. Like that. That's all. Same here also. You transcend the modes on the bhakti side also. You come to the mode of goodness so that you get Dhrida Shraddha. Once you get Dhrida Shraddha, then you enter into Bhakti Marga. Then you do 24-hour bhajan. By that bhajan, all your anarthas are removed and you transcend all modes. You also transcend the mode of goodness there. Become transcendental. So our problem, why we are changing bodies, because we are associated with the modes. And based on the combination of modes under whose association we are, we get that type of body, one after another. So in the material world, every conditioned soul changes his material body again and again. But when the spirit soul is purified of all material coverings, what are these material coverings? Gross body, subtle body. These are the coverings. How will you become pure? What are these coverings made of? They're made of the modes of material nature. So if you're purified of all materialness, how will you be purified of materialness? By doing bhakti, you will be purified of all material coverings. Or the other, now since we are doing bhakti, let's talk on the right side only, bhakti side. Then by doing bhajan, 24 hours if you do bhajan, only for the pleasure of Krishna, if you do that type of pure devotional service, then all the materialness in those coverings is removed. And then your material body is getting digested and your spiritual body is getting developed. That's what happened. At what point is all materialness digested and you get a spiritual body? The budding stage of the spiritual body starts in Bhava Bhakti stage. Like we read about the Shruti Ganas, they got a body. So what body they got? Gopi's body. That happens in the Prema stage. In Bhava stage you get, but it's in the budding stage, a fully developed body. You'll get full-fledged body, you'll get in Prema. And then with that body you can associate with the Lord. So, in the material world, every conditioned soul changes his material body again and again. But when the spirit soul is purified of all material coverings, there is no longer a chance of his accepting a material body. There's no longer a chance of accepting material body. Yes, Mataji. You are in mute, Mataji. Oh, 1 second, sorry. But you are also in mute. I'm also not hearing you.
Sorry, Mataji.
1 second. My earphones, I was not wearing my earphones. and I was speaking. Were you able to hear me all this while?
Yes,
Oh my God.
I'm hearing you, Mataji.
Mataji, were you able to hear all this while or no?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, good. Because I was not putting the earphones, so the microphone was far away from me. Okay,
No, no problem. You are very audible.
okay. Yeah, you raised your hand, Mataji?
Uh, no, Mataji, I think I accident.
Acha, acha. Okay, okay. Then I'll continue. Okay. So, in the material world, every conditioned soul changes his material body again and again. But when the spirit soul is purified of all material coverings, there is no longer a chance of his accepting a material body. Such a soul then remains in his original spiritual identity, a state that is possible to achieve only by understanding Krishna in truth through the practice of Krishna consciousness. This is the main thing we should understand. So it's not about argument, debate, or anything. Such a soul then remains in his original spiritual identity. Original spiritual identity means uh, one is spirit soul as Atma is meant for service of Krishna. But it does not mean that the spirit soul, conditioned soul, was already in the spiritual world and was engaged in the service of Krishna, and then he got covered by Maya and he came here. There's no possibility of Maya covering the living entity in the spirit soul. I mean, in the spiritual world. Therefore, the living entity, conditioned soul in this material world is called Anadi. We saw Karyakarta, Karyakarana Kartritve Prakritir Heturuchyate. Right? So, no, not that one, the one previous to that. That the relationship between Prakriti, Purusha, both are Anadi. And the relationship between them is also Anadi, 13th chapter, 20th verse. So the relationship of the conditioned soul, that means the soul and this material energy. That means the conditioning of this spirit soul is beginningless. You cannot trace back from when he is here. That cannot be traced back. All we know is he's been conditioned since beginningless like this. Then, but it is said that his original identity, original identity means the spirit soul is meant for that only. Being part and parcel of Krishna, the soul is meant for the service of Krishna. It's not meant for anything else. A part of, let's say, a scooter has a part in it. That part is meant to serve the whole. Similarly, the energy of Krishna is meant to serve Krishna. So the living entity's purpose, original identity is to serve Krishna. But the conditioned soul's condition is, since beginningless, because of turning away from Krishna, it is simply under the influence of this, first, so all these covering of and covering of ahankara, identifies with the body, enters into dualities, gets attached, right, and experiences fear, and then keeps changing his bodies again and again. This is the condition. Then by doing bhakti, by practicing Krishna consciousness, what happens? He will come to his original. Why it is said original identity? Because the body that we get, it is not made, it is not created. Nothing can be created in the spiritual world. Spiritual world is eternal. So there's no question of taking birth or dying there. That doesn't happen. So naturally, no bodies are born there. They're all eternally existing. Okay? And based on our qualification, the type of association that we get here, the type of guru, guru who we get, who will guide us, that means the seed of bhakti that we are getting in the line, and the bhava, as we progress in our sadhana bhakti, then we get attracted to a particular devotee in Vraja, and we follow in that devotee's footsteps. And then, based on the bhava that we get, we are awarded a body. But the body that is awarded to us is eternally existing in the spiritual world. That much only we can understand with this current material mind and intelligence. Beyond that, we cannot understand. In reality, spiritual world is inconceivable. It is the Lord's internal energy. My faculties are very limited, so I cannot understand all the details. But this is the limit. This much we can understand in our present state. When we advance in our devotional life, then things will become even more clear, because the Lord reveals, being pleased by our devotional service, then the spiritual topics will be revealed, the spiritual world. But with this mind, we cannot understand. So all we can understand is the bodies that are there in the spiritual world are eternal, but we, the conditioned souls, are eternally conditioned here. Yes. And when we practice bhakti in the stage of bhava, we are awarded a body from the spiritual world which matches the mood, the bhava that we have received, right? So then we get a body, but that body is not created, nor is that body, mine. I was in that body before and now I am here. It's not all like that. Just accept what is said. That much is said, that eternally existing body is awarded to us, like that. That is why it is said original. Original means it is ever existing. It's not that it is created at some point. Such a soul then remains in his original spiritual identity, a state that is possible to achieve only by understanding Krishna. That's the main point, is how can you understand this? It is possible to achieve only by understanding Krishna in truth. And how that will happen? How will you understand Krishna in truth? Now, by my intelligence, I will understand? No. Through the practice of Krishna consciousness. As Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita 4:9, Janma karma chame divyam evam yo veti tatvatah. Veti tatvatah is important. Knowing in truth means experiencing. That will come when he reveals. When will he reveal? When he is pleased by my devotional service. First of all, we have to begin Shuddha Bhakti. And in Shuddha Bhakti, as we cross stages by the removal of eradication of anarthas, right? As we go higher and higher, finally, when we come to the stage of prema, then he reveals himself. Then we will experience him. Tattvata. Janma karma chame divyam evam yo veti tattvata. Tyaktva deham punarjanma naiti mameti sojana. After giving up this body, he will not get another body. One who knows the transcendental nature of my appearance and activities does not, upon leaving the body, take his birth again in this material world, but attains my eternal abode, O Arjuna. Krishna. Only when one regains his original spiritual body, this is the thing, huh? You have to regain your original spiritual body. Only when one regains his original spiritual body. When will you regain that? In the stage of prema. Can he enter into the spiritual kingdom? As far as the rāsa-līlā pastimes of the Lord are concerned, it is futile for one who is within the material world to attempt to imitate the Lord's dances. You should first get the body, then you will enter into rāsa-līlā. And that body you will get when you come to the final stage of Shuddha Bhakti. Where are we and what are we trying? And we don't even have Dhrida Shraddha. And we are still, battling or maybe just reveling, enjoying material pleasures in this world. And we are thinking we will participate and we are imitating that we are doing ras dance. What is this? It's nonsense. One has to attain a spiritual body like that of a gopī to enter into the pastimes of rāsa-līlā. In nāyaṁ sukhāpo verse, the devotees are referred to as bhaktimat, that is fully engaged in devotional service. Bhaktimat, fully engaged in devotional service. And devoid of material contamination. That's the thing. Both cannot go together. People say sometimes that, oh, I love Krishna and, I saw Krishna in my dream, or I talk with Krishna, Krishna talks with me. This and that they'll tell, like having, and at the same time, full of material contamination also. I love Krishna and I love my family. It won't go like that. Your love will not be just limited to your immediate family. Your love will be for all, because your family will be now Krishna's family if you love Krishna. And Krishna's family is the entire creation. And particularly his devotees are his immediate family. So it does not matter a devotee is your family member or not. You will have utmost love for the devotees of Krishna. And even if you love your family, it will be because this is devotee, not because it is related to me by blood. So we can test and see how much material contamination we have. So that's important. The devotees are referred to as bhaktimat, fully engaged in devotional service and devoid of material contamination. Both have to be there. And that's how it is. If you're fully engaged in devotional service, proportionally, the more you are engaged in devotional service, proportionally you will be detached from material contamination. You will be cleared. That material detachment will come naturally. You will not be identifying yourself as belonging to this country, this community, this family. Nothing. Your identity will become more and more, I just am a servant of Krishna. That will come the more we engage in devotional service. One cannot enter into Krishna's rāsa-līlā dance simply by artificially imitating it or artificially thinking oneself a Sakhi and dressing up like one. So this is not at all called for, and it is actually offensive. This is the highest you're trying to bring it to your base platform. Krishna's rāsa-līlā dance is completely spiritual. It has nothing to do with material contamination. Therefore, no one can enter into this pastime by artificial material means. That is the instruction of the nāyaṁ sukhāpo verse, and it must be strictly understood. Why this is being stressed so much is because in the sahajiya, there are different apasampradayas claiming to be the followers of Sri Caitanya Mahāprabhu, yet they are engaging in these illicit activities. They see, like, there will be men, one person will play the role of Krishna and the remaining men will become gopis, and then they'll do ras dance. This shouldn't be done. So with that, I will end. I know you have Aarti. I also have Aarti. I'll end here. Sri Caitanya Charitamrita ki jai. Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Samaveta
Thank you,
Gaur.
Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. Kripa Sindhu. Patrana Pavane Bhyo Vaishnavebhyo.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.